Hi sewing friends, let's get started with our welt pockets. We'll begin by transferring our pocket guide to our bodice pieces. As you can see here, I've cut the guide out of the bodice pattern piece. It just makes it so much easier to transfer the guide this way. Make sure you don't throw away the guide that you cut out from the front bodice because you'll use it throughout this process. So what you're going to do with your guide is you're going to take it and go ahead and place it there. Make sure it fits perfectly. See, I'll have to turn mine around here. Um, Now you're going to get a pen and you want to poke it through the point of your triangles and make it go through. This makes it easy to mark those points on your fabric. When doing welt pockets, I do like to mark the guide on the wrong side and right side of my fabric. You use the wrong side as your stitching guide, and of course, you also need your right side to make sure that it's in the correct place. So, using a fabric pen or marker, you're going to go ahead and transfer that pocket guide on the front. Okay, so now we're going to use the piece that you cut out from your pattern piece of the pocket guide, and you are going to transfer those points at the top of your triangles. And I'm using a pen, but you can use a fabric pen or marker. It doesn't matter. This portion will be cut out when we're done. After you've finished marking your pocket guide on your fabric, we're going to move to the wrong side of the bodice. So either flip your bodice over or you can begin on your other bodice, front bodice piece. You're going to want to make sure that your interfacing lines up exactly where your welt pocket will be cut out. So using your pattern piece with your pocket guide cut out again, place your interfacing there so that it's at the correct location when you iron it on. After we've ironed on our fusible interfacing, we are going to draw the pocket guide on the interfacing. This is what you'll use as your stitch guide. So I've drawn mine on both sides here um, using that piece that you cut out. Makes it really easy, and you've got the little points of your triangle that you can use. Make sure you put those in. I'm using a Sharpie so that you can see where I've drawn. Then you're going to connect the lines, and you can see I went back and checked it again, and my when I had originally transferred the guide, it was a little bit off. So make sure that you double and triple check this, and if it's off, just fix it like so. Go ahead and connect the corners to that dot for your top of your triangle. After you've transferred the pocket guides to both the right and wrong side of both of your front bodice pieces, you're ready to get started with your pockets. All right, we're going to begin with pocket A, which is pocket piece number 15. you're going to place it right sides together with the center line of the pocket guide that you transferred to the right side of your bodice. At this point, the pocket bag should be facing the side seam so that when it's done and turned over, it will be facing the center seam so that you can stick your hands in there the correct way. After you've gotten it aligned and you know that it is placed the correct way, go ahead and use hem tape or pins to secure it in place. After you've got your pockets secured, you're going to take them to your machine and stitch using the guide that you drew on the back on the wrong side of your bodice. After that pocket is stitched onto your bodice, we're going to get our welt pieces. So you'll fold your welt pieces in half, wrong sides together, and then you're going to line up the raw edge of the welt to that center line again, which will make it butt up to the initial pocket that you stitched on. Make sure that it is centered, that it is evenly distributed above and underneath that pocket line. And again, using hem tape or pins, go ahead and secure that welt. You will stitch this using the opposite side of the guide on the back that you used for your pocket bag, but not just yet. Don't stitch just the welt. All right, and after your welt is secured, you'll want to place your pocket B number 16 right sides together with that welt. You're going to align the edge of the pocket with the raw edge of the welt. You're going to secure your pocket using pins or hem tape and then use the stitch guide on the back to finish stitching that welt and pocket to your bodice. After you've stitched the pockets and the welts to each of your front bodices, go ahead and turn it wrong side up. You're going to cut along the center line that you drew, that you transferred from the pocket guide. So you're going to cut up to the point of that triangle and then cut to the corners, getting as close as possible but not stitching through those stitches that you made when stitching your pocket bags and welt to the bodice. Make sure that when you're cutting, your pocket bags on the other side are out of the way so that you don't accidentally cut through them. After you've cut, you're going to turn your bodice over and push your pocket bags through that opening you just cut. You'll follow that with the welt, push it all the way through, make sure it pushes in at the top part and the bottom part so that your welt and pocket bags are now on the wrong side of your front bodice. If you used hem tape, sometimes it gets really sticky here at the top, so just make sure to remove it and make sure to nicely fold the top and bottom of your welt so that it's a nice straight line. Now that everything is cut and pushed to the wrong side of your bodice, you're going to want to iron that welt pocket, press it really nice so that it's nice and flat, And then you're going to top stitch around the entire rectangle that is your welt pocket. When you're top stitching, make sure your bags are out of the way so that you don't accidentally stitch them together. Now that the welt is top stitched, you're going to stitch the pocket bags closed. So go ahead and turn your bodice so that it is wrong side up. You're going to take the triangle portion you cut, the welt, and then your pocket bags, and you're going to stitch them all together. Make sure you catch that triangle so that it does not open up on the right side. And just like that, your pockets are done. If you have any questions, please let us know.